I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hunted and prey. My people don't want no trouble. We've got enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me.
That was Kedron Brandt, remixed by Dem Joints with I Just Wanna Live. Welcome to the Rise Weekly Review for July 26th to August 2nd, 2021. Before we begin this week in review, family, friends, and police are looking for your help in finding a missing child. 14-year-old Shanterica Robinson Pike was reported missing on July 30th. She was last seen on the 8400 block of South Colfax in South Chicago. She is described as 5'2" and weighs about 140 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact Area 2 detectives at 312-747-8274. And now, to the news. A police stop in Dalton turned deadly on Tuesday when an officer opened fire on a 19-year-old. Police say they were called for a woman with a gun around 1 a.m. to Baba's famous steak and lemonade restaurant on Oak and Sibley. Upon arrival, they ordered a man and a young woman out of a vehicle. The man exited, but the woman refused. An officer climbed into the vehicle to remove the woman, when she sped off. Another officer then fired shots at the vehicle, striking the woman, who continued to drive before crashing into a nearby store. Reports state the other officer was hanging out the passenger window and being dragged. It's difficult to tell this from the video and whether the officer was in harm's way from the shots. The woman, identified as 19-year-old Alexis Wilson of Homewood, died at the scene. 2 officers were reported injured, but no information was available on their condition. The incident sparked protests from family and groups who were demanding more answers and accused police of excessive force.
All we want is justice, man. And they still, the dumb police have still not told me who killed my daughter.
She did not have a gun. You try to put a gun in her hand, she'd back away. She was a little girl.
It's Mayor.
Her life was taken. It was not a loss.
Protesters also called out Mayor Tiffany Henyard for a statement supporting the officers.
If anything, they have saved the community from any crime that could have or would have happened last night. So I do stand with my police officers.
The mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard, specifically stated, I do stand with the officers. They did do the right thing. If anything, they have saved the community from a crime that could have or would have happened. The mayor simply did not have any of the facts, and she spoke as if she did.
A spokesman for Dalton Police claimed the woman was using the vehicle as a weapon, and the officer responded accordingly. The family has set up a GoFundMe link for the teen's funeral expenses. The link can be found at the bit.ly address at the bottom of the screen. Also on Tuesday, a task force operation in Calumet City resulted in another officer-related shooting that left a man dead. According to reports, around 3:15 p.m., a group of officers from departments around the region assigned to the U.S. Marshal Service Great Lakes Regional Task Force attempted to apprehend the man. The man, identified as 55-year-old Losardo Lucas, was reportedly at or just outside the Rock and Roll barbecue restaurant located on the 1600 block of South Sibley. Lucas was reportedly a suspect in both the Chicago and the Calumet City homicide. According to officers, they attempted to apprehend Lucas when he pointed a gun at them. 2 of the officers, one of which was a Chicago police officer, fired at him multiple times. He passed away from his injuries. Because of multi-agency involvement, separate investigations into the incident are currently being conducted by COPA, the Illinois State Police, and the U.S. Marshal Service. A shooting on Tuesday left a man dead in South Chicago. According to reports, 32-year-old Allard Warren was on the 8400 block of Escanaba. Around 4:05 p.m., someone opened fire on him, striking him multiple times in the chest. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Anyone with information on this or other Chicago crimes is asked to contact 311 or leave an anonymous tip at cpdtip.com. A Chicago man was killed and 2 people were injured in a shooting at a bar in Linwood early Sunday. The shooting occurred at the New Corner Bar and Grill, located on 20600 Torrance Avenue. Details are still emerging about what occurred during the incident. However, according to reports, police were called to the scene early Sunday where 3 people were found wounded. A man identified as 29-year-old Cornelius L. Washington Jr. was taken to Franciscan Health Center in Dyer. where he passed away from his injuries. The other two victims were both transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center. No information has yet been released on their condition. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Linwood Police Detective Division at 708-758-4744. A South Shore man is dead after a shooting on Sunday. According to reports, the 32-year-old was on the 7200 block of South Bennett Avenue around 12:20 a.m. Someone opened fire on the man, striking him several times in the chest and abdomen. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he passed away. No information was found on his identity at the time of this reporting. On Thursday, a 31-year-old man was shot near the 4th District Police Station between South Deering and Jeffrey Manor. According to reports, the man was driving on the 2200 block of East 103rd Street around 12:20 a.m. Someone in a black Jeep began firing shots at him, striking him in the head and ear. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center and last reported in fair condition. Saturday, a 28-year-old man was wounded in an out-out shooting. The man was near the sidewalk around 6:31 p.m. on the 13100 block of Corliss when he heard gunshots. He was struck in the thigh and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in good condition. A 39-year-old man was wounded in a Calumet Heights shooting on Saturday. According to reports, the man was in an alley on the 2300 block of East 91st Street around 6:41 p.m. when someone shot him in the back. He took himself to the University of Chicago Medical Center and was reported in good condition. Late Saturday, early Sunday in Jeffrey Manor, a 52-year-old man was shot. According to the Sun-Times, the man was standing outside on the 9800 block of South Hoxie around 12:24 a.m. when a dark-colored vehicle drove by. Someone inside the vehicle began firing shots, striking the man in his left shoulder. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where his condition was stabilized. A video posted on the Citizen app showed police around 2:43 a.m. investigating a car on 97th and Torrance. The app links to reports of the shooting. The Times and the app report gunshots from the shot spotter and an incident reported around 9:30 p.m. It is unclear whether the two events are related, as the app suggests. A shooting on Sunday evening left a man wounded in South Shore. Around 7 p.m., the man was walking on the 7100 block of Jeffrey. He heard gunshots and felt pain in his leg. He took himself to the former Mercy Hospital, now called Insight Hospital, where he was treated for a wound to the ankle and released. Late Sunday evening, early Monday morning on the 2nd, another South Shore shooting left a 27-year-old man wounded. The 27-year-old man was outside on the 2700 block of East 76th Street around 2:56 a.m. According to police, someone shot him several times, striking him in the lower back and in the leg. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where his condition was stabilized. In other news, a South Shore man was charged in connection with the shooting in the Loop. The shooting occurred around 2 a.m. on July 17th on the 100 block of West Adams. The Sun-Times reports 30-year-old John Tapley was charged for the shooting of a 25-year-old man in the chest and arm that left him critically wounded. He is expected in court on Wednesday. On Tuesday, prosecutors charged a 17-year-old with the first-degree murder of 26-year-old Jeffrey King in Mary Nook. 17-year-old Jabrell Miles is facing murder charges after being arrested in a lift on the east side near 106th. On May 28th, the teen and a witness allegedly encountered King at the Citgo gas station on 83rd and Stony. Following a bump and exchange of words with King, the two went to a house to get a third person. Miles and the third person confronted King in the gas station. According to reports, surveillance video showed the third person punch King before Miles took out a weapon and shot him. The third person then also took out a weapon and fired several shots at King. Miles was found in a lift carrying a loaded handgun with defaced serial numbers and a bag containing smaller bags of heroin, crack, and ecstasy. Parents are being warned to stay vigilant following a possible attempted child abduction in South Chicago. According to reports, around 8 p.m. on Thursday, the 22nd, a 12-year-old child was walking west on 81st near Exchange Avenue when a man in a silver-colored truck began following the child. The man then repeatedly honked his horn and waved his arms, signaling the child to approach the vehicle. The young girl did not proceed, and the driver eventually fled the area, according to police. According to data from the city of Chicago, so far this year, there have been at least 62 incidents described as child abductions, 52 of which were kidnappings, 15 of which have been abductions of children by strangers in the city. During this time, 2 have occurred in South Chicago, 2 in South Shore, 1 in South Deering, and 1 on the east side near 97th and Ewing. Anyone with information on child abductions is asked to contact Area 2 detectives at 312-747-8271. On Sunday, there were reports of a fire at the Bacon Building on 90th and Houston. Around 10:15 a.m., there was a call claiming a woman trapped inside the 3-story building and that it was burning. Around 10:24 a.m., officers responding to the call state there was no fire, but light smoke and haze was seen from the building. Firefighters were last seen extending a ladder to the roof of the building and checking the scene. In other news, a local resident posted a video of a man accused of pepper spraying dogs outside a home in Hegewisch. In the video, the man who is wearing a mask can be seen walking outside the home and pointing a small spray canister at a fence. The dogs behind the fence seem to be reacting to the man as he walks by the fence, slowly pointing the canister towards the fence. At one point, he turns his head away from the spray. In another part of the video, the man can be seen putting his arm over the fence, pointing the item in his hand towards a barking dog. In Chicago news, Illinois State Governor Pritzker signed a bill Thursday that would create an elected Chicago Public School Board. The bill would transform the 7-member board appointed by the Chicago mayor into a group of 21 elected representatives. The board will begin the transition following the 2024 election and begin in January of 2025. The mayor will initially appoint 10 members and a board president, with the other 10 being elected. From 2025 to 2027, a pair of representatives that include one elected and one appointed official will represent one of 10 districts. In 2027, the districts will expand to 20 and one representative will be elected for each. The Illinois General Assembly, or IGA, will draw 2 district maps, one for the 10 electoral districts that begin in 2024, and the second for the 20 districts elected in 2026. The IGA has until February 2022 to draw the maps. Candidates for board seats must be U.S. citizens and registered voters who have lived in the city of Chicago for at least a year before the election or their appointment, and cannot be CPS employees nor work at companies that contract for CPS. On Sunday, South Shore residents held a rally to protest area gentrification. A group with the Coalition for Community Benefits Agreement with the Obama Presidential Center and Not Me, We in South Shore organized the action. The group rallied near Rainbow Beach on Sunday near a proposed high-end condominium development being pushed by Elam Industries near the border of South Shore and the Bush. The proposed building will house condos overlooking Rainbow Beach, priced at up to $800,000. According to a local organizer, Romeo Dixon, the median household income is around $26,000, and developments like the one proposed would contribute to increasing home and rental costs that force longtime residents out. Dixon claims the city can assist local residents by creating an ordinance and other protections for residents' right to stay. Reserve Management Group, the company responsible for General Iron and Southside Recycling on Chicago's east side, is in the news again this week. During the week, the company reported a collapsed roof at its site located on 1600 South Burley. The company was reportedly aware of the collapse since early April, but did not report the damage to the city until Wednesday. The Chicago Buildings and Health Department cited RMG for violating city code based on the incident. Materials containing asbestos were found in the building. However, city officials claimed that asbestos was unlikely to become airborne and there was no immediate threats to nearby residents. The city cited RMG for not submitting repair plans, maintaining the building, repairing the structure, maintaining security for the vacant structure, registering the vacated building within a 30-day time period, and not posting signage with contact information on the abandoned building. And finally, before we end our review, just a quick community announcement. The federal eviction moratorium expired on Saturday the 31st. The moratorium was put in place to offer protections for renters during the COVID pandemic by preventing landlords from evicting tenants. The state of Indiana's eviction moratorium also ended in July. However, the state of Illinois eviction moratorium will not end until August 31st. Please make sure to check your local and state laws and organizations for any assistance opportunities. We will be posting more information in the upcoming days and weeks for those seeking assistance. And that ends our weekly review for July 26th through August 2nd, 2021. Thank you for joining us for this week in review. Peace.
Doing all that I can to stay. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hung to this grave. My people don't want no trouble.